everybody, it is Matt and Don and welcome back to OK Aussie. Friday is the day, it's the 20th? No, it can't be, it's the 18th of October already. Currently 1:37 p.m. Yes, you certainly may, my dear. He's about to go into a seizure. So, we're going to follow along, help her out, keep her safe. I'm just going a little bit. Right. If you're new to the channel, Don's got a chromosomal disorder, 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. It has a lot of seizures associated to it. Myoclonus absence, focal aware, tonic-clonic. Now, my dear, I'm just going to put a pulse oximeter onto you, see where we're at. There we go. Let's have a quick look and see what's going on in the hood. It is 23.2 degrees inside. Just going to bring the temperature down a little bit. It's all right, love. We've got you. Swallow for me before you go out. Okay, so you do that. Good girl. Big step for me. Clears the palate. I know, good girl. Okay, 37.0 degrees. Haven't got a seizure, a temperature for the seizure. That's a good thing. Very, very rapid onset. Let's just put your hand in here, miss. We take your head here. Yes. Okay, remain still. Remain quiet for me, boo. So I'm going to take your blood pressure and see where things are at. Get you through. The medication I just gave Don was clonazepam, 2 milligrams, 1:40 p.m. So muscle relaxant. Numbers are off. Great. Pulse oximeter's online. Getting stats here. Right, we have the SAMI 3 seizure cam. Now we don't normally have it operational during the daytime unless we've got clear things going on. Thanks, Greg. Don's blood pressure at the moment, 1:40 p.m, 102 over 65, heart rate's at 51. Don's resting blood pressure is 90 over 60, so being that she's horizontal, slightly elevated. We had an incredibly intense pain scenario from 2 a.m. this morning, so I was expecting some sort of seizure activity simply because she hasn't had the sleep. So sleep deprivation is one of the biggest causes for Diane for her triggers of seizures. But part of her 22q, she's got GI gastrointestinal issues, and the GI related issues were keeping her up with intense pain, like I said, from 2 a.m. this morning. Wasn't able to get back to sleep, so not doing very well in that regards. So, okay, sweetie. Do you have a headache at all, sweetie, or a migraine? No, which is good. Now, yesterday was very, very strong migraines, which again, part of the preictal, and this morning as well coming into it. The preictal symptoms for Dawn prior to a seizure are quite commonly things such as the nausea. Now, she's obviously just had some anti-nausea. She also just rushed to the toilet, so that was my first indication going, okay, you're going to the toilet very quickly. Is something happening? Because again, sometimes people will urinate, no self-control during a seizure, but that's only about 39% of people who've got seizure disorders or epilepsy. So there's about 61% that don't do that. With Diane, she used to do that in the early days of the initial seizures. Nowadays, she's actually learnt to, for some reason, with the indications coming on early, to go to the toilet herself just prior. So that counteracts that particular symptom out. I know, just put the temperature down a little bit. You're very warm to touch. Oxygen stats are 93%, heart rate's at 56. We use the pulse oximeter just to measure oxygen saturation as well as heart rate. If she goes into tonic-clonic seizures, the heart rate can spike a little bit higher, sometimes 20 points or more above, depending on how severe and how long they go. If it goes into multiple seizures, rolling seizures, that's status epilepticus, and that's something which we don't want to actually happen, so we want to make sure that we get things in front of it. So oxygen stats are still 93, heart rate's accelerated by 10 to 67. We've been getting a lot of a focal dystonia or segmental cranial dystonia during seizures lately as well, so we're very conscious of movements, muscle fibrillations that may occur around the face muscle, particularly blepharospasm with the eyes, or bruxism with the grinding of the teeth, or the transmandibular joint may also be involved. A lot of running actions happening. Now, Diane does have part of 22q, which is an umbrella genetic chromosomal disorder, a range of conditions underneath that: autism, ADHD, OCD, now the Tourette's, which come with both vocal and also motor physical tics. Some of these actions can come into the category of motor tics, also part of Myoclonus, which can be muscle twitches and actions. So we have to look out between the two of those. Getting more of the running legs rather than a restless leg. So the running type leg is more of the dystonia action that sometimes will occur with a seizure. You can see the different facial features happening. The chin is protruding down. Now, Diane is a 50-year-old female. She has been late diagnosed with the chromosomal disorder 22q only 2 years ago. Before all that, she's had a lot of other symptoms, of course. It's just taken them a long time to actually work out what all of these individual complications happen to belong to. Oxygen stats remain at 93%, heart rate's at 72 beats per minute. Now, Diane's already had lunchtime medications at this time, which is her top-up dose of sodium valproate. She's on 3 lots of that per day. That's the Eplein medication. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't get her back to sleep after the very intense pain process. In fact, it took us about 3 hours to actually bring the pain down to a manageable level, starting at just after 2 a.m. this morning. So both of us are very, very tired, unfortunately. With the preceding days of having migraines across 2 days, which doesn't help things, disruptive sleep, and then you've also got stresses that might also occur. That's part of this. Electrolyte imbalance, and she's had a lot of GI tract related issues over the last 3 or 4 days as well. So that's the gastroparesis, part of the condition of 22q, and that changes the electrolyte value, and of course as soon as your electrolytes change, that also makes more of a risk for seizure activity. So this morning we've got limitations on how much pain relief we're able to provide to Diane, unfortunately, so there's a lot of topical creams related to it. This is the GI tract, and this is actually more of a pelvic organ prolapse, which is the primary concern of pain this morning.
It's pulling my skull.
Okay. Do you want to take your top knot off? I know it's not very tight. Let's have a look at that.
Okay.
No, I'm going to leave it loose because we'll keep the hair out of your face. Okay.
Looks like my skull is being pulled off.
I'm sure it does. And look, sometimes you'll find sometimes just an immediate conclusion of a seizure, you'll get a lot of intense pain, normally in temporalis or frontal lobe.
Everywhere.
All over. Okay. Does that pressure help?
No.
Okay. Skull? Okay. And it could be because of the engagement of the muscles coming from the trapezius, pulling back down on the head, and it's causing that whole sensation of pulling out the skull, or it could also be a neuroinflammation. Do you have bulging? Yeah. Okay. So around and back of the ears as well?
Okay.
Let me just push down here. Sometimes this will give relief.
Pull my ears out.
Can I pull your ears out for you? Yeah, no problems. Just carefully. Just do a couple of little pressure points. Especially around the TMJ. Vagus nerve stimulation comes down by placing the fingers inside the eardrum and pushing down. That can sometimes actually help to give a relax. Sorry, I'm trying not to lean against you. Okay. While you're able to swallow, I'm just going to give you some medicinal CBD just to help with some of the pain. Yeah. I'm going to get into your hair as well, but it's going to help. This will just help with nausea. It will help to loss over seizure. Pain. Here we go. Good girl. Open your mouth as long as you're able to for me. So it's just 0.5 mils of medicinal CBD, 10/10. It's a combination of THC. Okay, you can swallow. So unfortunately, knowing that the 2 a.m. in the morning wake up was going to occur, we also were on high alert. So with that, I was not going out today anywhere. I was staying around home, just trying to keep things static for her, keeping an eye on her for visibility, making sure that she's not doing too much. So she hasn't had a shower today. There's been no exertion. She's been fully bed bound the entire time. You're very, very tired, aren't you? As you can see from the eyes. You'll see that the right eye is fully closed. The left eye is open about almost a centimetre. Where's the pain? You'll point to your pain for me, Boo. Either side of the face. Okay, so it's a pressure thing exploding. Okay, no worries. Okay. How's the nausea feeling at the moment for you?
Okay.
That's cool. Your legs feeling okay? No issue there? Yeah, sorry, it's going to be a sore spot. Acupressure, pressure pointing can sometimes help both with pain, circulation. Helps us to also know what's going on. You're doing really well, Boo. see. Current time is 1:52 p.m. Oxygen stats are improved, 97%, heart rate's at 65. Getting a bit of syncope, passing in and out at the moment. So unfortunately we've scrapped today. It was one of those days where nothing was going to be able to happen and there was a lot more observation. It's also harder when we break our sleep cycle for both of us. So having to be able to keep an eye on, be available for, be observant of Diana and then be able to respond to anything that can go on. Also while making sure that she's keeping up with medications, fluids, food during the course of the day. Now her food intake is not as substantial as I'd like it to be, so that's a bit of a struggle. Now one of the interesting things this morning, because of the whole bowel side of things and Diane wanting some stimulation of the colon to try and actually get things moving, she actually had 3 coffees this morning. Now though that helps one aspect, also from a person who wants to then be awake and be able to stay awake, coffees helps with stimulation. But the opposite end of that, the opposite complexity to that is the coffee or the caffeine specifically actually is exacerbated for dystonia and dystonic seizures, so not something which I would actually want to have as well. So how do you balance between these things where it helps 1 or 2 or 3 other areas, but then it has a contradictory effect into other sort of spaces? So what you're seeing at the moment is some of the mouth actions that are going. Both eyes are now closed. So you've got bruxism, which is the grinding of the teeth. You've got the involvement of these masseter muscles around here, the pursing of the lips. Okay, so your jaw is out. Let's see. You got it back in, baby? Good girl. You did so well. Alright, let's have a quick look. You're also seeing the cognizance go in and out at the moment between all of this. Okay, open your jaw nice and wide for me. Okay. Ignore the screaming? Okay. Just try and open your jaw, which is going to relax those muscles and that joint. Unfortunately, a lot of the time with seizures and hypermobility, Diane's got Ehlers-Danlos, so type 3 of the hypermobility scale. Good girl. And relax it side to side if you can. That's it, girl. So with the hypermobility, it's very easy to sublux various joints. Quite commonly during tonic-clonic, more violent type seizures, shoulders, hips, knees, fingers, neck will also go out. A lot of the time with dystonia or other sort of tics, you can get or subluxations or dislocations of the transmandibular joint, so the jawbone that comes into here. We're also conscious too with tics that we don't get any bruising from either something, an action which is violent, it goes out and might bang something, hit something. Poor thing, you're doing really, really well. I get you. Now this morning Diane's already had an additional Panadol, paracetamol, which is the Osteo, as well as the wafer, which is the rizatriptane wafer for the migraines, and also a gabapentin. So look, she's had some of the medications that she's able to actually have, but you can see pain's also a precursor into having more seizures. So we want to get on top of the pain, but how do we do that? And also when we're in a stage, it's a bit hard to swallow and do things. Hence why I've given the liquid CBD, THC. Do you want anything else? Are you able to swallow? I can get you another gabapentin. You can also have a Panadol or a Nurofen if you want to try either of those two. Diane's limited, she can't have any codeine, so you can't have things like morphine or stuff.
help the pulling on the skull?
If we can go with a combination of 1 Panadol, 1 Nurofen, okay, I'm happy to do that as a balance.
I haven't eaten enough.
Okay, but I'm sorry that I don't have much else to offer you. Okay, after this, and I can do something a bit more, once you've finished this episode, I can give you some food, even if it's a hot liquid hospital shake, and then I can get you something into you. Alright?
I have a shake.
You can. You want to try now, or do you want to wait a little bit? I'm going to wait a little bit because you're going in and out still. Okay, you're not fully cognizant for me yet. Soon, I'm hoping, but not quite yet. Okay, where'd your hand go? Come on.
Yeah.
It's coming back on. For some reason, it decided to deactivate itself. Doesn't normally do that. Has been fully charged. All these devices have to be charged regularly so that they're ready for immediate use. They can sometimes obviously lose a connection if it happens. How's the bone going, boo-boo? Where mostly?
The whole skull's like it's lifting off me.
Now, the problem is I can't use things like ice at this point in time because they will actually trigger the stimulation, which will then go likely into a seizure. There's too much of a sensory overload with the ice. And Syncope. Count again. Oxygen stats are at 97, heart rate's at 52. Now we do these video recordings for Diane's journal. It's a clinical log for the clinical team. Diane is under 20 different specialists at the moment because of the wide-ranging impact and effects of 22q, chromosomal disorder. If you're new to the channel, welcome first of all. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell for new content. We cover the journey of Diane with a complex, chronic and multiple rare conditions. 22q is one of those. Having things like Ehlers-Danlos or hypermobility disorder is also another rare. You're dizzy. Why is this not home today? Back up. I don't know, but sometimes when one device doesn't work, you have to have a secondary backup just in case.
We're
going to run the backup.
I hate that.
I know, the alligator clip's a little bit more clippy, isn't it?
Make it work.
Okay, oxygen stats are at 91.
The battery's low, dear.
Yeah, 91, and heart rate is at 122. Why? Certainly.
This battery's dead.
Shouldn't be, it's charged.
It said it's dead.
It's dead? No, it said it's off. That was the alarms. Diane has autism, also a mild neurocognitive disorder, which means sometimes understanding comprehension and things can be a little bit difficult and challenging for her. With all these seizures that she's had over more than 10 years, it's also having a direct impact on her cognizance and ability to do things. Oxygen stats are improved, 98, heart rate's at 52. That's okay, that's where we've got the backup. Cool, I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to charge it. I've got the other one for the moment. That's all I need, there's at least one. Having redundancies in equipment is also very, very important. Even having things like, I've got whole battery backup systems here. We even have a UPS system in the house in case certain medical equipment needs to operate and there's a power outage. So having redundancies is super duper important in these sort of conditions. And we have first aid kits and specialist equipment in every location. I have one in my bag that every time I go out, and I have one in the back of a wheelchair every time I go out. We have one obviously in the cupboard for all her first aid supplies. Give me a sec while I charge. She's passing out again. Currently 2:01 p.m. We've got the device charging in the charging station, so that's operational. I've also got a medic alert device if Diane's ever out and about. She can always press that button and that will get hold of me immediately to my phone, plus with GPS location, so that's very helpful if she's out with another carer or by herself and having an emergency. Now the problem with this little finger device here, that I don't like, and I'm not going to give it on all the time, is when she does those sort of actions. It can suddenly fling around and clonk you in the head, and it's a little bit on the hard side of things. So we try and avoid certain things that can be dangerous. The other ones are better as a wearable device. This one I'm going to put on off when I need to see anything that might be happening. Oh, the pain's not fun, Boo, I know. Okay, let's try not to hurt your hands during this process. Sometimes with the Tourette's, we've actually had to pad Diane's hands out because sometimes with the tics and the actions that occur, which are out of her control, they're actually more dangerous. So they can actually cause bruising, contusions. Obviously, they can cause cuts as well. And they can also cause tears either to the muscles, ligaments or tendons, or also breaks to the bones. So we've got to be very, very careful. Diane has actually, that's why we use the padding on the side here, has actually whacked her head before in a very major tonic-clonic seizure, had a massive golf ball size protrusion on her head because of that for a week. These are the sort of risks that you've got to be very careful with around seizure patients. I'm just close at hand just so that I can keep it on, but I'm also keeping my distance. I don't want a sudden fling of an arm or a hand or something going out and hitting me. I know, Bubba. Just try and relax for me. You're doing so well.
I can't do this anymore.
It's okay. I understand, babe. Not so much anyone wants to be able to go through. Okay, I've got you. I'm just going to lightly hold your hands. I don't want you to hurt yourself. That's out of your control. I know. It's okay. It's alright. All of these actions are involuntary. Diane's brain is actually in overload at the moment and can't control the motor actions. And if she had a voice behind her, she wouldn't be able to control the vocal actions either at the moment, unfortunately. It's okay. It's alright. Redirection or providing some sort of other alternative padding in this case. Make it stop? Yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye on the time and some emergency medications that I might need to apply. Okay. Relax, I know. Diane's got a really bad neck injury, a CCI, which is a cranial cervical instability, also part of 22q. And one of my fears during seizures, and particularly violent seizures with tonic-clonic action, is that the neck can be very badly distorted or damaged. She's already got multiple nerve impingements, and we actually are waiting for orthopedics to have a look at the surgical options at the moment to see what we can do to heal. Hey, beautiful. I know. I've got an eyelash, so I'm just going to remove your eyelash. Oh, no, sweetie. I get it. You, my little brave warrior, have to go through so much. Just relax. Just relax. Okay. Just relax, babe. Just relax. You're doing so well. You are my brave little warrior, and I'm not surprised you have been in the most intense pain. Really, really grossly unfair that, like I said, at 2 o'clock when she was waking, her pain level was a 10 out of 10, and it took me about 3 hours to be able to bring that level down to something a bit more sustainable. And I can see that it's been in and out a bit today as well. It's so hard when you face each day with something new. Anaphylaxis from a peanut allergy was only a few days ago. Heart attack, cardiac event, multiple different types of seizures, respiratory distress. There are so many freaking challenges, and then she's got GI problems, with a prolapse as well going on, rectal seal. Come on, she just needs an absolute break at the moment, to be honest. so that you don't rub your face raw, I'm just going to actually stop that action. And we're just going to look at what's happening at the face. Just going to protect and preserve your neck.
No.
Sorry, Papa.
No.
I know, but I don't want you hurting your neck.
Go.
Okay, I'll protect. I don't have enough hands with you, do I? Come here.
No.
Don't want you rubbing your face raw by doing that action. Okay? Hey, darling. Baba. Just want to pat the head because at the moment you can see there's a lot of activity going on. Now, I can't stop certain things because then it creates a discharge of electricity to other parts of the body. So we actually go on the lowest perseverance, where some things, if they're not hurting, great, let's let them go. Other things that might be a risk to causing damage to herself, other things, then we'll stop. I don't want to involve, thank you. No. It's okay. Hello, darling. Where's our two birds? Sitting just over here, we've got Jasmine, and we have got Christoph, who's sitting ready and waiting. Our two birds are just there at the moment. Good girl. Doing really, really well. Exhausting. Finger, we don't want to pull that back. That's sweetie. You're just going in and out at the moment. You've got syncope, you're passing out. Just using your fingers to see where your heart rate and your breathing's at, okay?
It's not working.
The other one's not, no. I've got it charging. It will. But your readings might be low, so we'll see.
Bad day.
Bad day? Absolutely bad day.
I'm so tired.
I'm not surprised. We need your brain to actually shut down and go to sleep. Okay. Oxygen stats are at 96, heart rate's at 51, 50. Okay. So the heart rate's reduced. Sometimes it's actually harder for this device when it's actually sub 50 to actually get a reading. Oxygen stats are at 97, heart rate's at 50. Hi, darling. What do you need? It's okay. I can give you some more medication to relax you tightly if you like. You need sleep, okay? You've been up since the wee hours, and your brain and your body can't do this for days and days and days. The pain never stops, does it? No. We are waiting for pain management clinic to also be involved. We've had referrals from a private rheumatologist for IV intravenous ketamine because of obviously Diane's inability to have codeine. She has an anaphylaxis response to codeine, pethidine. Actually, she's got a lot of different allergies going on, not just the recent nut allergy, which caused the anaphylaxis. She's allergic to a lot of different things medication-wise and also food-wise. Medication that I've given you should be able to relax you now, like the clemenzepam and medicinal CBD. How's the headache feeling? Can you tell me? Hurts still? Now during this I can't provide a cervical neck collar to support the neck because it obviously restricts sometimes the breathing, so that doesn't help during the seizure situation. Once it's concluded and settled, then we can support the neck back again and work out any other injuries. In this case, there might be some bruising, there may be some muscle strains, maybe some subluxation, so we'll see. So when you're tapping your head, sweetie.
My brain's being weird.
Your brain's being very, very weird. In fact,
What are you doing?
nothing at the moment. Okay. No stress, no panic. No harm, no foul. Alright.
I'm not gonna be okay.
You are. Now, I can give you some medications if you
I'm
feel
not
like you
gonna
need
be
something.
okay.
You will. You will. You will, sweetie. It's all good. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm here for you. Okay? We've got a team that actually is here for you too. It's alright. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You're doing really well. Your heart rate's doing well. And your breathing is doing well. That's the most two important things I need at the moment. Okay? And I'm proud of you. A person who is so strong, such a warrior.
I'm fighting.
You are fighting. Okay? You are a tough cookie. You really are. No, you can't. And that's why we need the help of everybody on this channel to keep you in your thoughts and prayers, to send love and support, and help create the education that we need for 22q and the complexities of this condition, which affect so many parts. Almost 185 different symptoms and bodily parts are affected by this chromosomal disorder. We're doing is missing a deletion, a microdeletion on the long arm of the 22nd chromosome. She's missing about 40 to 60 genes. Some of these genes are particularly tied into seizures. And this is what we're seeing, a lot of neurological activity right here, right now.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, I'm going to do it with you.
I think I can do it.
I'm doing it with you.
I don't think I can.
We are.
Maybe it's just my time.
No, it's not.
Maybe it's here now.
I'm
tired.
I know you're tired. I
I'm
understand
so
you're tired.
tired.
It's okay. You're allowed to fall asleep.
So tired.
You can fall asleep, and I'm going to stay here, overwatch, and look after you. I'm right here.
I'm so tired.
It's okay. I don't need sleep. I'm fine. I'm here. I'm here. Just relax. Close your eyes and just relax. Let your brain relax. I will. I'm here.
Oh my God.
You'll wake up because I'm watching you.
Oh my God.
You'll be okay. I'm not going to stop watching you, I promise you. I'm not going to stop watching you. I'm right here.
I don't want to go.
I know you can't see me.
I won't be here forever.
Of course you are, and you're going to be. Okay?
Just like everybody else.
Absolutely, you deserve that, and we're going to do everything we possibly can for this stupid, yucky, horrible condition. You, my little warrior, have got a lot of people supporting you. It's okay. Can I sip a drink? Here we go. Good girl, get some fluid into you. And that's a bit hard to swallow with dysphagia during this phase. And we're going to be very careful of aspiration. Obviously, we don't want choking to occur. That's why certain medications are also very difficult to give, and got to get the right timing during this as we go as well. Good girl.
They didn't give me enough time.
I know. Now, chest-wise.
It's tight.
Tight?
It's okay.
It's okay?
Just tight.
Oh, sounds good to me. How's that headache of yours
It's
going?
not fair.
No, it's not fair. Now your pulse is very low.
It's people.
It's about 50 beats. You've got 3.
See.
Yeah, you've got lots of things to do, miss, still. Can I help you with your headache now? Can I help you with your headache now?
No, I think it's settled.
Okay.
It's just there less.
Okay, that's really good. So maybe the stuff we've given you is enough. I don't want to give too much medication. It is an absolute balancing act. We don't have magic X-ray vision eyes to be able to see inside of Diane's brain to see what's going on. And unfortunately, I have limited tools and resources at my disposal to be able to manage and monitor the condition. And being autistic, Diane has interoception, so it makes it very, very difficult for her to be able to determine and then also be able to communicate with her internal states. of pain, which she might be feeling at any stage. So that makes life incredibly difficult. But being her partner for over 33 years, I've got to know Diane very, very well. And I also know every single body language and nuance of her. And I learned to read her a bit like a book. I need to do that. You need to have your person who gets to know your person that you're looking after her to be able to help them through. Nice and relaxing, which is really good. And we're still getting, obviously, the imbalance, the muscular neuropathy happening with the difference in the eyes. Part again of the condition. So a bit of a, almost like a snore and a weird sort of grasping of breath as the action just occurred there. Diane also does have a deviated septum, of all things. It doesn't really help on the right hand side. That actually impedes oxygen flow into her right nostril by about 70%. So that sucks a little bit too. Again, that's a midline formation issue, and again, that's really what 22q is actually about, as a chromosomal disorder. Diane has a high palate rather than having like a cleft palate or cleft lip. A lot of people with 22q may have with the facial features of a cleft. She's actually got the high palate feature instead, which is also a condition of causing issues with eating, drinking, swallowing, as well as all the whole GI tract related things with dysphagia, the GERD, reflux, dysmotility, you name it.
Itch.
You got an itch? I got a scratch. What's a fluff? You got some fluff? You can find some fluff. I like it when you come around and show me some fluff. That's good. That's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the unsettled
What
stomach.
is that?
And with your GI tract during this, that's okay. Good to get rid of it, aren't you? Are you poking me? God, what is this all about? Don't poke the bear. You're tired. It's okay. You can fall asleep. With dystonic type seizure or dystonia actions, we get a lot more sleep after the dystonia as well. So it's quite natural wanting to roll on the side and go to sleep. It's okay. I'll rest with you. We'll rest together.
Hate it.
Well, that's all right.
I want to live.
I know you do. First of all, was that desire and will to do things, that disappointment of missing out. But then you also got the conflicts of things like ADHD, where you want to buzz around and do things. The OCD, you want to sort things out and get things structured and organised. It does make it actually conflict. You know, it's hard when you've got a severe fatiguing condition, not just the MECFS, the myalgic encephalomyelitis, chronic fatigue syndrome, but 22q creates a fatiguing instance. So it's very hard to combat fatigue, but then that desire to want to do things and be able to get that energy envelope up to be able to do any action. And now I've just had to partially sedate you to reduce this whole activity that you've just been through. Your face is still taking a while to recover, I've noticed.
What is my face doing?
Well, you've got your right eye slightly closed compared to your left, so it's a bit of an imbalance bilaterally. You still have a lot of rhythmical and tic actions going on, which we haven't yet totally settled. The headache seems to have gone away.
Yeah.
Yay, that's a win.
Totally.
Not totally, but it's not a huge,
Yes.
oh my god thing, is
Yes.
it? Yeah.
It's not bedtime.
It's a bedtime, no. It is 2:23 in the
I
afternoon.
can't go to sleep right now.
Well, if you need to,
I can't.
you can have a power nap. Power naps are
no,
better.
I can't. I won't sleep tonight.
It's actually incredibly difficult with the whole sleep routine, sleep sanitization, sleep hygiene.
Sleep.
I know, being autistic, you don't sleep.
It's hard.
It's actually a very difficult thing to do.
Everyone does it so easy, and it's not easy for me.
No, you need horse tranquilizers, and that doesn't even touch the size.
It's hard for me.
Yeah.
I just go to sleep. I just go to sleep.
Don's got a calcification part of the 22q, and it's actually a bilateral calcification of the basal ganglia, which is in the brain, but also of the pineal gland, and that's the pineal gland is where your production in the brain occurs for that hormone, for melatonin, for natural sleep. A lot of autistics have sleep-related issues and lack that ability to produce the necessary melatonin. Also, it doesn't help when you have irregular routines. You cannot sleep through 10 out of 10 high-level pain, so naturally it's a disruptor. And even though we took a few hours to get on top of it, it doesn't mean that you can just suddenly magically fall asleep at that stage. That's not how life always works. Good
3
girl.
coffees did nothing.
No, 3 coffees though has added to your dystonia, and that's why we don't like that. We have put a limitation of 1 rule in place, and normally anything else has to be decaffeinated.
Get away with 3.
Yeah, because I'm a sucker. I just, you smiled at me and I said, yes, okay, I'll get you another coffee.
I wanted an iced latte macchiato.
Oh my goodness me, but that meant I'd have to leave you, and I wasn't going for a drive and leaving you, unfortunately.
Oh.
I know, right? Because things like this happen if I leave, and it's like a bit difficult when we don't have other supports and care around.
I could have had a hash brown.
You could have had a hash brown, absolutely. Not very good for you having the coating on the hash brown, but yeah. You got sore hands, sore fingers?
The joint.
The joint? Okay, saddle joint of your thumb. Now, of course, if you've got questions along the way, don't forget to leave those below in the comments sections. Please remember that we're not medical professionals. We're not here to give out advice. What we are doing is simply sharing Diane's lived experience as a person who's got 22q, 11.2 deletion syndrome, and all those conditions, sub-conditions underneath the umbrella term. We show what we do as far as the activities and things and the episodes or events that happen for Diane as the medical events, and my management as a carer, whether it's first aid or just simple care supports, or whether we need medical interventions for different things as well. If you need help, make sure you go and see your own primary care physician or a specialist in whatever area it might be. We have a lovely community on board, and we do appreciate the community who are following our channel. So a big shout out to everybody. Your support, your help, your feedback along the way just keeps us motivated. It also helps to share the channel, because we get the channel out to a larger audience and a very worldwide based audience. 22q is a rare condition. There's a lot of rare chromosomal based disorders. 22q is very similar to Down syndrome as far as the number of people who are affected with that, but the research is very, very poor in this condition. There's a lot of areas which are huge gaps, things that are still needing to be done and still in its infancy. So because of that, there's not much education, and that doesn't pass on to having specialists. We don't have any specialists for adults, no adults specialists here in Perth, Western Australia. We have 2 specialists in the Children's Hospital, Perth Children's Hospital, but as an adult I can't access those. Funny how that works, isn't it? So there's a difficulty with transition from adolescence into the adult sphere as they turn 18, because a lot of those records and information doesn't transfer, and of course then you don't have specialists to be able to continue the care. So it's a big difficulty that we have for patients and families and caregivers with their person 22q here, particularly in Perth, Australia. As always, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, just sort of encouragement and support. Just notice you got a bit of a bruise there too, miss.
I know.
Okay,
I've
any
got
other bruises?
another one somewhere else, I can't remember though.
Okay, I'll keep checking that out. We keep an eye on those sort of things too. Contusions, blood clots can occur. I keep an eye on Diane's blood pathology. It's probably just a tradesperson out the front door. It's alright. Bit of a noise, just for pain. So Diane has got some coagulation issues, again part of the 22q and with the INR levels, so there are risks of clots at the moment, so we have to keep an eye on that. So that means bruises are a thing that we keep a very close eye on, just in case. Thank you. Can I have my cloth back? You didn't throw it at me this time for a change. Oh, you're going to throw my pillow over there. Good. You don't like my pillow?
No.
No? You got preferences? You don't like that cloth either? I'll take that one over there. Thank you very much, Lee. Are we almost back? Jazzy and Christoph, the 2 birds, are very relaxed, very chilled.
Keeping an eye.
Yeah, where's your rescue cat? Your
He doesn't
buddy?
care. Jazzy's taken over.
Okay, so Jazzy's on shift at the moment.
She's
Willow,
looking
the
at
ragdoll
me.
cat, is normally a
Thank you,
close
Jazzy.
companion animal. I think he's a bit over it today. He was woken up early this morning too, so I think he's done his morning shift. He's on sleeping afternoon shift.
She gives a shit.
Jasmine gives
He
a shit,
doesn't
good.
give a shit.
Willow, the ragdoll,
He's over it.
normally he tries his
No,
best.
he doesn't. He wakes me up in the morning.
He does at the moment actually too.
He wants cuddles at the wrong time of
I
day.
know, right? Go figure. You know?
I don't have time for that at 3 in the morning.
Need to choose your times, definitely. Now I just need you to do a couple of things
Oh,
for me,
yeah,
please.
That's really loud.
It is a bit loud outside.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Can you just do me a favour with a couple of
What?
things? Can you just poke your tongue out as far as you can for me? Good girl, and return it. Nice. Can you give me your biggest smile? Lovely. Relax. And show me a shock face with your eyes wide open for me. Okay, great. We've got nice bilateral equal versions and most movements are equal there. So let's relax. Is your neck hurting at the moment?
Little bit.
A little bit. We might get the neck brace, the soft cervical collar onto you as well in a moment. Yawns are good things. It also means there's a lot of muscle relaxation, and to me, it normally ends the ends of seizures. We've had a couple of yawns already, so I'm happy there. Guys, thank you for supporting not only the channel, but Diane during her journey. As you can see, we share the rawness of this as an exercise.
Shut
The
up.
noise outside. I wonder what they're doing.
It's annoying.
Sounds like the Shah. They're cutting into concrete, I think. It's going to be a bit of a noisy
Again?
afternoon. Yeah, probably trying to fix something which they broke already. Who knows? As I was saying, you've seen the rawness. Okay, this is unedited, unfiltered. Okay, there's no beauty filter on here. It's what you see is what you get. So please be gentle on that. No beauty filter. You look beautiful all the time.
Maybe I should go on.
The beauty thing is that you've got 22
Just
Q
look at
and
me.
Ehlers-Danlos. Ehlers-Danlos gives a silky skin
I'm a
complexion.
mess.
That makes you look a lot younger than you are.
I'm wearing a t-shirt over my night.
You're a mess. Absolutely.
There's
I'll
no
take you anywhere.
hope.
There's no hope for you, is there? Give
I
Diane a big
need-
thumbs up of hope and support
I
and
need
encouragement.
a beauty filter and a dress filter
Yeah.
and makeup filter because I can't do that.
Maybe you should have one of those ones that do all the little characters that go across screen. You know, you could have little birds go around your head when you're passed out from Syncope.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you could have someone blowing dynamite up when you've got a headache exploding, you know.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, that would be fun. Have we got one of those filters? We need one of those filters, don't we?
I
Guys,
need the fancy software for those.
yeah, we do. We don't have fancy
Ah,
software. We're just
my
very raw.
laptop's dying.
Yeah, I think your laptop's almost dead, actually. It needs resuscitation more than you do. And
I
actually,
can't afford one.
no, we can't. But it's okay. We'll get a few more years out of it.
I have to save up.
You do have to save up.
Goals.
You have goals. Squad goals, indeed. All right, guys. Well, hope you've enjoyed, well, at least seen part of the process. I wouldn't say enjoy.
It's not
But we do
enjoyable.
appreciate, obviously, your efforts, and we do appreciate your comments, like I said, in the comment section below. This is life with 22Q, both as a family member, as a team who are a couple, on the full-time carer 24/7, and a patient, Diane, who's obviously late diagnosed with this condition and having to manage what's happening. You still with me?
Doesn't matter if it's late diagnosed.
No, you're born with it.
Always harder.
Exactly. It just took a few other people a little bit of time to catch up and work out
It's
what
still
everything is.
stupid.
Let's not go there. That's for another chapter and another story. All right, guys. We'll love you and leave you there. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share our channel. We'll see you in another episode real soon. Bye for now.